Hey, you guys, welcome in. Cheers. It's our witchy evening, witchy Wednesday evening, actually. I'm going to do a tea reading for you as well as pulling some cards. I wanted to note that as soon as I picked up the cup, so when I'm making my tea, I meditate over it. I get rid of old energy, I cleanse it, and then I call in the new energy of the collective. So any messages that are going to come through for you guys. And then I kind of just observe any of the floating tea leaves that are hanging out there. I saw a girl with blue hair. So that's specific for some reason. You know, the spirit guide said to mention it. And then a white cat. So anybody who has blue hair or a white cat, this is definitely for you. Oh, and of course, the message from the tea gods and goddesses. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Cheers to that. Okay. Let's get going. What does my beautiful collective need to know on this witchy Wednesday evening? What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know? Anytime I drink the tea, I like, it gets hot inside, you know? It's like I want to turn on the fan. Okay. One more. They're saying one more. Here we go. Okay, what's been going on in your recent past? Delays. Delays of communication. So you've been waiting for something and it has not been coming through. You're definitely frustrated about it. Maybe you're the one who's been holding off on something, talking about something. But there's definitely this slower energy. On the far end of the spectrum, you could even be panicking about this lack of communication coming through or delay on your purpose, your passions. So this could be correlated to love or money. It's the Eight of Wands in reverse. So it's usually my communication card, but it could, wands are also just about all of your passions and pursuits and, you know, whatever you're striving towards. So something's been delayed in communication or your purpose that you've got going on right now. Doesn't just have to be correlated to Sagittarius's, but this card is ruled by Sagittarius. And it's an 8 card, so there's definitely some lessons here. The infinity symbol's coming up for me. You know, it always loops around, comes back. If you didn't learn it the first time, you're going to learn it the second time. And our present position, so immediate situation happening right now for you. We've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse too. I like that it's in reverse. So this is like the energy that you're facing right now, or any obstacles that are, you know, potentially blocking your path. But this is improvement since it's in the reversal. We like fives in reversal. So if you were low on money, right? So in the past, there was this delay, this waiting that made you frustrated and panicking a bit. If it was correlated to money, then you're recovering from that right now, which is beautiful. It could also even indicate this sense of like spiritual poverty. So yeah, maybe you experienced those losses from this financial foundation, but it also enabled you to go more in depth spiritually and recognize that you were lacking foundation in that realm, which is, in my opinion, more important than the money. So you're finally recognizing that, and with awareness, you can move forward towards turning that spiritual poverty into some spiritual wealth. But there is an improvement here. So things are changing for the better. You're getting over this loss and you're finding some freedom. Things are going to get brighter. Any earth signs are relevant here, but especially Tauruses. Any fire signs or earth signs. Immediate future. What's going on? You have some grief. You're still being pessimistic. Maybe just disappointed, or you could feel like you failed something. There's definitely regret here. But it's because you're looking down. You're looking down at these 3 cups that are spilled. We've got another 5. It's 5 of cups. So emotionally, you're really regretting something. This could be about, anybody who's on your mind too. But somebody's feeling some regret and grief. What's ironic about this 5 of cups that I always notice is that you're so in the pessimistic energy that you're looking downward towards the 3 spilled cups in front of you. So those losses that were, the most recent and pertaining to your present position, but you are not looking right behind. If you were to just pick up your head, start to release the sorrow and the disappointments and turn around to move forward, you would recognize that you have 2 more opportunities. There are the 2 of cups right behind. See, this masculine figure is just looking down at the 3 of cups that are spilled rather than having an optimistic viewpoint and turning around and seeing that there's a bridge to get to where you need to go, and you've got some opportunities coming in. So especially if this is correlated to your finances, that you were worried that were being delayed and you were trying to recover from them, and you're still in the near future. I always say near future, any tarot card reading is about the immediate situation at hand right now. So we're talking a few days in the future, a few weeks, tops a month or 2, but really, the energy is always changing every month. So, yeah, I wouldn't look at the disappointments that are going on for you right now. You've got to look forward, or quite literally turn around and recognize that there are 2 opportunities coming in. And what you don't see at the bottom of the deck, yeah, you're in this self-protection mode. You could have been overspending. Maybe even it's like a greedy energy, holding on too tightly. Could be possessive energy or being a bit stingy because you overspent, and then you're recognizing, now I got to be stingy. But yeah, focus on building the stability within the finances so you can create that foundation, because right now you're not being too optimistic about it. Like, you saw a little bit improvement right now, but in the future, it's like you go right back to that pessimistic mindset. So don't do that. And then overall situation. So what are you facing right now in this entire situation? Okay, this is cool. You got the 4 of Cups in reversal again. So you are checking in for alignment. At least you're stepping into your awareness, recognizing the whole situation at hand and that you need to choose happiness, and accepting that this is the situation. It's also giving like retreat, or you're withdrawing from something. Hopefully you're withdrawing from this negativity and any frustrations or panic that you had about your finances and where you're going as far as your passions and pursuits. But we've got a lot of emotional stuff coming up for us right now. Okay, cheers to that. Another sip. Let's go a little bit more in depth. I always like to pull a second deck of tarot cards because then it'll help me see if anything gets clarified with the same suits or even the same cards come out. Oh, this one wanted to come out. Look at that. 4 of Wands. So there's something to be celebrated soon. There's definitely something to be celebrated soon. You could even be going to an outside fair or events, gathering with some friends, playing some games. But you're creating something. There's a lot of collaborative energy here as far as moving towards your passion, whatever that's meant to be. Check out these witchy women having some fun. Beautiful. And just a reminder, everybody has masculine and feminine energy. You can tune into both. Doesn't matter how you identify. She, he, they, them. It don't matter. We all got all the energies. So anybody could be represented in any of these cards. So yeah, this sudden awareness is making you recognize you want to choose happiness. You want to start to get into this collaborative energy to make this stuff come to fruition. Okay, in our recent past. The King of Cups in the reversal. That's why we had these delays. The universe couldn't send in what it needed to because your energy wasn't stepping in to this King of Cups. You weren't allowing yourself to be emotionally vulnerable. You weren't stepping into your power of recognizing that you're in control of your emotions. And that a person who is humble and dignified within their emotional state can lead much better than someone who is just relying on their mental capacity. Someone who has an open heart and an emotional perspective on the matter will definitely see everything in a clear, look at this. We'll see everything very clearly and in this zoomed in effect. So you can zoom in and zoom out and see the whole picture, but also see exactly what needs to be fixed and focused on and what needs the foundation, right? Because check it out. He's got these binoculars. So he's able to really zoom in and see what's at hand. We've got a mermaid in the back, dolphins, cats, fish. Pisces is coming up here for me, Pisces energy. And his, it's still a witchy masculine King of Cups. So he's got a magical broom behind him. So that's giving wand energy. Yeah, this king hasn't fully stepped into knowing their purpose in life. So if you can't step into this king energy and get the full perspective, then of course that's why things are going to be delayed. If you don't know your full path yet, your purpose in life, what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to rule, then yeah, the universe is going to wait and slow down before coming in with the right communication and lessons for you towards whatever we're talking about. I don't know your life, you do, so you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. What you don't see at the bottom of the deck is we've got the Queen of Wands in the upright. So there is a masculine and a feminine energy coming through. And who's ever being represented by this Queen of Wands here, she is in her power. This queen is in her power. She's got the wand in hand. She knows how to yield it. She is gorgeous, dressed in heels and a gown. She's received a bouquet of flowers. There's a hummingbird. We've got a black cat and a dragon. She's so protected within this fiery energy of knowing her purpose, her passions, what she wants, where she's going. And other people recognize that too, to where they're like, you know, bestowing gifts upon her, giving her this bouquet and this hummingbird energy, like coming into her fast of, yeah, she's got really good energy, really good manifestation powers. But the masculine is not quite there yet. The masculine hasn't stepped into this King of Thrones throne yet, or excuse me, King of Cups throne yet. Okay, and then what's that hand right now over this Five of Pentacles in reverse? We have a Knight of Cups, so it's not just financial situation happening here. We've got some love coming through too. So you're recognizing that you need to step into this financial recovery and realizing that you needed to focus on any spiritual poverty. Start to wake up, right? Find this awareness, improve different parts of your life within the physical realm of finances and wealth or worth, and also obviously with love, with the Knight of Cups coming in. The Knight is, Page is the messenger, but pages have, you know, they're either the messenger of somebody else for somebody else, or it's very like crush. The Knight coming through, especially in the upright, is like they got more than a crush. They know what they want and they want to come after it. They're ready to take that next step. It's not full commitment and full boss mode as a king, but it's almost there. The Knight is almost there. And look at this particular card. This Knight is coming through strong with offering the cup of love, right? That emotional intimacy, vulnerability, and awareness. No matter the fears or the insecurities that are lying underneath, right? We've got a shark right underneath this Knight flying through, and he's not even looking down at it. The Knight's like, I'm not worried about that. I'm full speed heading forward, presenting my cup of emotional vulnerability and security and some form of commitment. So you definitely have somebody coming in offering you something correlated to love. And we are improving some finances, even though this, you know, roles can be reversed too. So if this doesn't sound like it's correlating directly to your life, it could be your specific person energy that I'm picking up on. So it could have been your specific person who needed to feel like, so in the past they were being delayed coming in with communication because currently they're focusing on recovering from any financial losses. They're working on their spiritual awareness, and they're just improving every aspect of their life that they can. And they want to come through with this offer from the Knight of Cups energy of, you know, telling you how they really feel. Obviously, there's a lot of love emotions. Look at all these hearts pouring out of that cup. Sometimes it doesn't, there you go. It doesn't focus. I apologize. But let's see what's going on with this Five of Cups where we're still feeling disappointed in the future. The Magician. Okay, you, again, remember how I said at the bottom what we didn't see? That feminine, like, is on it. They know their power. They're working towards manifesting it. And they've already stepped into their throne. The masculine's just needing to do that. So, it is a masculine depicted on this 5 of Cups. So in the future, the near future, immediate future, like, again, a few days, few weeks, tops a month or 2. I don't even feel like it's 2 months. It's within the month. This masculine is still feeling some regret. Is still potentially feeling like they failed or that they're disappointed, maybe focusing too much on the pessimistic loss of this connection. But we have the Magician energy here. So somebody's going to turn this around, or they need to step into recognizing that they have the power to manifest whatever it is that they desire and stop being so pessimistic about the situation. Remember, they have these 2 of Cups right behind them, this opportunity. One is definitely, I'm getting one for love, one for business, but they're just still focusing on what they lost here. But look at this. Like, you've got the tools, you've got the power in your hands, you have an open heart, and you're just ready to receive. And this person needs to step into the same energy in order to see that self-worth and self-love too, to be able to accept it in. Because look at, the Magician has every single power right in front of them at their table. They've got the wand, so they know what their purpose is in life. They've got the Pentacle. They've got the foundation to build stability in their life, to have that financial wealth, and they have the mental clarity with the sword. They can, cut through anything, and there's no mental fog here. They know exactly what they need to do in life and how to open up this spiritual awareness to gain whatever it is that they're looking for. And they have a full cup. So their emotional well-being is there. They're super grounded in that. They know that they're protected with this familiar here. Again, they've got this open heart. They've got the power coming off of them, and it's radiating off of them. Look at this energy around them too. And all of this abundance and prosperity of growth with the flowers around them. They're so tapped in and connected. We need to share that same energy with this counterpart person, so we can, so they're not in this disappointment energy. But one party is definitely recognizing that they got the power. Okay, cheers to that. Let's do one more deck, and then I'll do a part 2 for the tea and angel numbers, I mean. I'm going to read the definitions of these oracle cards from the little booklet because I didn't remember every single deck yet. My apologies. But I like when it gives a more depth and description, not just what I'm picking up on intuitively. And for the Witchy Wednesdays, I always try to pick my more witchy decks. So this is the Green Witches Oracle deck. It's all about nature and natural magic. Embracing the wisdom and the insight that comes from Mother Earth. Somebody who's still dealing with mental fog. And there's a concealment here. Somebody was hiding something. There's still a mystery to this situation. Like, you're looking for answers still. But somebody is definitely reawakening. Somebody's having a rebirth. They're rebuilding themselves. And I definitely get an energy with this Knight of Cups that they want to come in and rebuild this connection. All right, that's it. Oh, wait. I've got one more card to pull. Because the Four of Wands just flew out at me. And I always like to pull the ones that flew out. But for our present situation, what's that hand with this whole? The Nine of Pentacles. So we're almost there, guys. you're living in luxury. Yeah. What's at hand is that one of the parties here is recognizing they're the magician. They can manifest all of this wealth and abundance and security that they need. They're not quite to the 10 of Pentacles yet, where everything is perfect and they're living life large, or they don't need to worry about anything on a financial level yet. But there's a lot of abundance around you. Like your familiar is sleeping, taking a nap on your shoulders because they just know that you're protected. You've already gotten there. The broom and the hat, so your wisdom and your purpose and your passion is right underneath you. Like, you know it's there. You don't even need to rely on that anymore because you can rest in the foundation that you've created here. You're still gaining more wisdom of how to continue this journey. There's so much wealth in your wisdom. There's so many apples above you on this tree. You're drinking a nice glass of wine. You've got good food by you. You're outside. It's a beautiful day. You're definitely stepping into this energy with the Four of Wands too. That, remember, you checked in for this realignment. You're recognizing this, like you had this sudden awareness, this spiritual awakening that you needed to choose happiness, and you needed to withdraw a bit to really focus on how to gain this stability and this foundation for yourselves, to come in and celebrate and collaborate with people to make this happen. Because you got the power, you know it, you're the magician. But there's still another energy that was feeling some pessimism, but they want to come in. There's an energy that wants to communicate still. Okay. So, past. The bird. Freedom and opportunity. Yeah, there's a rebirth energy here too, because we've got a vulture. We've got multiple birds here. Then we've got a little free bird. I told you that those two cups that was behind them. See, they were so focused on the spilled cups, you know, where something failed, it died, and they were just focusing on that. You know, see these little flies here and the vulture. But the vulture is actually an incredible creature that comes in and cleans the ecosystem. We need them to move through these cycles in order for growth to come alive again. So there's an opportunity here through that rebirth for freedom. So I definitely see, you know, that delayed is not going to last long. In our future, or excuse me, our present placement could also be what's going on for you in the physical, in the body. Sorry, I hit the mic. Got the butterfly. So yeah, you're in this transformative, beautiful energy. There's a lot of joy and beauty here. There's transience energy. Like, you're just moving through this. You have the power to just flow through this, right? And so does this person. I mean, maybe you represent the Knight of Cups. Doesn't matter. You're not focusing on the fears or insecurities anymore. You're coming in strong, you know, offering this open heart with, like, you know what you want. And in the future, we've got the preserves. So yeah, you built the security. You had that foresight to think ahead. It even says thrift. There's all of these jams and marmalades, peaches and blueberries, apples, onions, preserves. Like you've got, and he's chomping on, we got a little guy, he's chomping on a nut. You built this security for yourself in the future because you knew you could. You had this mindset where you could manifest anything. And then that's why with these preserves, you're feeling like you can just rest a little bit with all of this abundance above you. You could even celebrate. And in the for the whole situation. The oak tree, this gave you a lot of power, a lot of strength, a lot of wisdom and courage. Look at this growth right from the seed. I see the Leo energy coming through too, super strong. Look at this Leo symbol. You see it? And we have a Celtic knot on the tree as well. So somebody could be Irish. So much prosperity and growth here. A lot of wisdom throughout this whole situation that came through for us. Oh, this deck is so funny. I love this deck, but they didn't put the cards in alphabetical order. That's my only thing that I would have changed. Okay. I've got to find him. I've just got to call it in. Call it in. Cup of tea. Aw, right to the cup of tea next. Okay, oak tree's coming up for... Oh, we got the bird too. Look at that. And the benevola. We got everything right here. Okay, let's do the past energy first. The bird. As symbols of freedom in many cultures, birds tell us that we too can soar. Conversely, many bird species are tied to a food source in a specific region so that they are completely interconnected with local land and its energies. Finding a balance between those two extremes can be challenging. Migration is another challenge, and there is an element of sacrifice involved in leaving the known and familiar and trusting in your intuition to get where you need to be. The bird card also tells you that a new opportunity is close by. What did I tell you? Lift your head past your current focus, the Three of Cups that were fallen, and look around for it. The new opportunity is behind you, the Two of Cups. A bird's eye view may reveal something that you might otherwise have never known about. New opportunities are on the horizon. Have you been struggling to change your mindset and learn something new? Then we've got the butterfly. Butterflies are commonly associated with beauty and joy. They're inspirational in their loveliness, and the journey that they go through to achieve this metamorphosis is even more inspirational, if less pretty. Caterpillars must completely dissolve in the chrysalis, giving up their very physical selves in the process of this transformation. Crazy. Only once they have relinquished everything can their physical matter be reassembled as butterflies. Whoa. The idea of that much sacrifice can be overwhelming, even if the end result is glorious. So fear can change and also hold you back. Let the beauty and joy that await you inspire courage. Trust that achieving your goal will be worth it, and the butterfly card urges you not to be afraid to let yourself grow and become something new. In the future, in green witchcraft, preserving a harvest allows you to keep it longer instead of losing it to decay or waste. It's a thrifty measure that enables you to rely on the fruits of your labor for an extended period of time. Another form of preserving is to put aside a little of what you use every time you use it. This helps build a stockpile to guard against future need. This process is an ongoing, low-level investment that doesn't take much time or energy. The Preserve card reminds you that small gestures accumulate over time. So keep an eye out for areas where you can be thrifty with your time and energy. This doesn't mean that you have to deprive yourself now. Enjoy your harvest, just don't use it all at once simply because it's there. How can you work to store and secure what you have successfully produced? And the butterfly's reflection was, are you afraid to make a change? Especially if this change means giving up parts of yourself in the process. For the overall last piece of advice from this whole reading, the oak tree. Power, courage, and strength. The oak tree is a popular symbol of this strength. The wood is dense and durable, reliable and long-lasting. This tree symbolizes power and bravery, telling you that you can stand up to whatever storm is on the horizon. The mighty oak begins as a tiny acorn. It is reassuring to know that something so immense and so strong started out as something that you can hold between two fingers. Not only does it remind us that small things can yield huge results, it also reminds us that growing takes time. And rapid growth uses energy to reach a goal quickly. Slow growth uses energy to ensure stable, strong development. The oak tree urges you to be brave and to stand tall. Is there something that you've been avoiding because of fear of confrontation? With that communication, that was being delayed. So that's what I have for you guys. Tune in for part 2 if you want the tea reading on these cards. Okay, I'll see you then.